Hello. Today we're going to talk about nuclear energy and its good and bad sides. What is nuclear energy? My friend Nicholas is going to talk about that.
Nuclear energy is electricity which makes the light, and it is also really dangerous because it has like nuclear power plants which make loads of waste, and then the waste is highly radioactive which can affect food, water, people, and the whole world.
How did it start? The Manhattan Project. That's how it started. It started with the Second World War, where Hitler wanted to kill all the Jews. Many scientists were Jews, so they fled to America. This is where the project started. The Americans wanted to make an atomic bomb which could control, and then the Americans could have the power. So it started 2 years before the war ended. Now these scientists, it took a year to do this. After that, they tested a bomb called the Fat Man. That Fat Man bomb was very radioactive, so they found out that it was very useful. They made another one and found out that they actually could use, instead of uranium, they could use plutonium, which they then did. They tested in Hiroshima and then with plutonium in Nagasaki. And then that was how it started to do with nuclear reactors, because when the bomb exploded, before it exploded there happened fission, and that's what then created a nuclear power plant. Thanks. How do nuclear power plants work? My friend Nick is going to tell all about that. Now, as I told before about the Manhattan Project, that's how it started. It started with the fission process. The fission process happens inside the reactor core, which is reinforced with 3 inches of concrete so the radioactivity doesn't get out. These fuel rods then create heat and heat up water, which will go through a circuit. Now, to control this fission process, there are control rods that can be lowered into the water to absorb the atoms to make it go slower. Now, when this water goes in here and warms up another circuit, which will then turn to steam, go into the generator and create electricity. Well, this water has to go back in here, so it goes into a cooling tower, which is cooled by energy from another plant. Then it's sent back into the circuit. This is how a nuclear power plant works. Are there good sides of nuclear energy?
Of course there are good sides. As you see, nuclear energy can produce a lot of energy. It also doesn't cost a lot. When the radioactivity is stored correctly by nuclear power plants, it's very safe and nothing can happen. It is also very inexpensive, and it's a good source of energy.
Okay.
My friend Leo is going to talk about nuclear waste.
Nuclear waste is the waste produced by nuclear power plants that make the energy. And here is an example of a place where they store nuclear waste, which isn't very safe. It is underground, but as you can see, the containers are damaged, and radiation could be released and could make an atomic disaster. As you can see here, the DGR project is what they want to do in Canada. They bury high-level waste in tunnels to store them for thousands of years until the radiation lowers itself. And this is a high-level waste container with a reinforced 3-inch thick concrete wall and a 1/2-inch steel plate around that. So if you store high-level waste in this, it is pretty safe, but it could still be dangerous.
Okay.
Thank you for listening.
Are you for or are you against nuclear energy?